Hey guys, what's going on? Here's another video for you. This one's going to be pretty different. This is going to be a kind of a fun one for me. Um, this is about a band that I'm in as a drummer. I've been in since 2007 called Mortum. We started in Jersey somewhere, like central Jersey. Started playing and we released our first demo in 2008, which we never really released. It's not good at all. We were very young. The other members in the band at the time were Adam and George, who I think he left after that release. But in 2010, we released our first EP, which I have. We released it on CD, and actually we released this later on in tape with a different cover, which is kind of cool. But this is the CD. Some interesting artwork, and this is the tape version that came. I don't remember what year this came out, but yeah, it's different artwork, pretty cool inlay. Again, we were very, very young here. At the time, we had vocalist Rode and bassist Colin. I think they left after this album, but yeah, it's okay. The production's pretty interesting. We recorded it at a rehearsal studio. The guy basically just like threw a CD into this recording device thing that he had in the corner of the room, and he hit record. And I think we had like maybe 2 or 3 mics or something. But for what it is, it came out okay. Not a big fan of Lost and Empty. Prophesizing the Fall of Mankind, we went on to record on our first full length after this. The rest of the songs are, I mean, I don't, if I'm gonna like go to revisit our stuff or kind of turn on some of our music for inspiration with new material we're writing, I don't go for this. If anything, it's just kind of like a nostalgia thing to have. The last song has some cool parts, but again, we were really young. Probably the best part about this album is the production is it's pretty cool. It's like a good EP, a good first EP production. After that, in 2011, we released a split, Daylight Harkens for the Whisper of the End, which we released. I guess this was oh yeah, it came with a poster as well. So this is another one where we released this, I guess you call this CDR. It's like one of those, skinny packagings. Pretty cool. And then it came with a poster. I don't know if the poster came with like the CD or what. I think we only made like 50 of them. I have it somewhere. But we also released a tape version with different artwork. We actually made a couple patches for this, which is pretty cool. I think there's probably still at my parents' house, but it came out pretty cool. Yeah, actually, this is a really good release. The other band, Nuclear and Pesticide, is okay, but I really like our side. I felt like we really tapped into the beginnings of kind of what we sound like now. The songs are very energized. And then there's only 2 songs, Beset and Lurking Melancholy and The Rites of Depopulation, the latter of which is recorded in our first full length, like re-recorded. Oh man, I can see there's even a little wear on the outlay of the CD, which kind of sucks. I think these are probably out of print, suffice to say. But I think all of these releases so far are out of print. But yeah, that was a very good split, it just felt kind of re-energized. So then in the same year, we released our first full length, which we only released on CD. Pretty cliche cover. It's just kind of like, I don't really think we kind of knew what we wanted, so we're just like, looks like Zyklon B, so let's use it. But yeah, no, this is a good album. Oh, I think we released this on tape as well. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, there's some good songs on here. Prophesizing the Fall of Mankind came from our first EP. It sounds way better on here, obviously. Wanderer is a great song. Ritual Tribulation, we still play that live. As well as Isolation, the one after it. That's a very good song. And then the other two are good too. Forgotten and Destroyed and Rights of Depopulation. Fun songs to play live. We played them so many times, like back when we used to go on little mini tours and everything around the East Coast. The first song I'm like kind of about. It's okay. But the rest of them are very good. I think probably Wanderer might be my favorite. It's not my favorite to play because it's a little, I guess, basic, but like just hearing it from like a listener's perspective, it's probably my favorite song on the album. And yeah, I already showed the tape. Cool, like, inlay. So that was very exciting for us. We toured a lot from this album. After that, we released a split with Agrath. Guys who are also, I think some of them, or like one or two of them, are in Negative Plane. Yeah. So this one we recorded at our bassist's house, and it's not the greatest production. It's passable, but I kind of wish we had better production. The songs are good though. Terrain to Fight is a really good song. As Cold Winds Blow and Miss Winter Dusk, we actually re-recorded for the second full-length album. And Visions of Ruination, the third song, is very good. Very, very depressive. I think that was like the first time we've really sounded like that. It kind of leans into like the depressive black metal thing is what I mean. And the other side is very good too. Agrath is a good band. Negative Plane is a good band. Those guys are cool dudes. And it's cool too on the back. There's some, or at least our picture up here. That's when we opened for Inquisition in Baltimore way back in the day. This was released in 2012, so I guess it must have been somewhere around there. Yeah, you know, good stuff. And then, yeah, so after that, it was kind of a break for a little while. I think we might have been I don't know, there's so many memories around this band. I think we might have been, again, playing shows a lot and shit like that. I know we played with, like, Witch King around there. We probably, like, I think we played a gig opening for Horna maybe around there. I can't remember exactly. So then there's a little break, and in 2015 we released Ascending Calamity, which we only released on tape, cassette tape. This is probably really, really rare to get. I have mixed feelings about this because the songs are the first song on here, Ascending Calamity, is very, very good. It's like very, very well written. Scourge of Suffering is the first song, or it's one of the songs off our second full length after this, as well as an elegiac hymn to death. And then the last song is a really, really cool ambient track. But yeah, these are good songs. The problem is the production is like fucking awful. It's like really bad. We recorded this at our bassist's house, and I feel like it was kind of rushed, and the drum set I recorded the drums on for this was like horrible. I don't know, maybe we just felt like we needed to get something out. I don't know. They're good songs, but the production is just, but it is cool for what it is. Like, this was, God knows how many copies. It was probably like 50 copies or some shit, you know? So it's kind of a rare gem. So yeah, and then 2 years later, we released our second full-length album, Ahia Chaos. This one was very good. This one, again, felt very rejuvenated. It was nice to just kind of sit down because we had kicked the bassist out for a bunch of reasons. And so we just kind of settled on the fact that it was just going to be me and Adam, and that's what it's been ever since. So this was our first release we did together. We kind of wrote the whole thing together. A couple of songs were on past releases. Scourge of Suffering, which was on Ascending Calamity. As Cold Winds Blow, Miss Winter Dusk was on the split with Agrath. Elegiac Hymn to Death was on the split with Agrath. But then there were 4 other songs. Occult Redemption, which was a fun one to record. It's a fun cymbal beat I do in that song. Black Sickle sounds a lot like, we definitely were super influenced by like Forgotten Legends and shit. Shadows from a Forgotten Past is a pretty good one too, and Pitch Black Waters. It's a very solid album. yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a lot of complaints with this, really. Maybe, I guess, maybe sometimes it feels like the production could have been beefed up a little bit or something like that. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this one. There's some really good songs on here. Yeah. So then after that, 2 years later, we released Macabre Incenses, which I think is this one. Oh yeah, I forgot. And by the way, we released Ahia Chaos, the one I was just talking about. We released this on tape a couple years later through Folkvanger Records. They do a really good job with their tapes. Like this one's really, oops, that's download code. It's cool, like set, and then the inlay is really cool too. Like the kind of Celtic designs and all that kind of shit. This was limited to 50 copies, so again, it's probably, I'm pretty sure we sold out. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, 2019, we released the EP Macabre Incenses. This was another one where we took 2 songs off of here to put on our third full-length album. I really like the picture we used for the inlay of this one. That used to be at a fort I used to go to in the woods all the time. And I really like this EP. This was actually, it was kind of interesting because this EP we filmed at the same rehearsal space that we recorded fucking Beyond Which Darkness Holds Secret. So we actually went back here and recorded this EP. Obviously it was very cheap because, what the hell is it called? Fucking Hellhound Studios. The guy who owns it, Eddie, is really cool, and there's reasonable prices there, and it's a really good rehearsal space. It's kind of far for us, so we don't really go there that often. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. The first song is awesome with the clean guitar. I really like what Adam made there. Walker Between Worlds is a fun song. And then, yeah, the last two, Macabre Incenses and Tidal Waves Dwarf Skyscrapers, appear on the next full length. Both amazing songs. Some of our best riffing, for sure. I really like this EP. It's good stuff. Yeah, check this out if you haven't, honestly. It's good stuff. Yeah, and then after that, a year later even, Atlantean Ouroboros. Why is this not closing? Hold on one second. A year later, in 2020, we released Atlantean Ouroboros. This came in a CD, this came in a cassette, and in 2 different types of vinyl. This was our first vinyl release, which is fucking awesome. One of which, let's see. These came out really cool too. First of all, how cool is that fucking artwork, huh? I mean, I just love the whole vibe of this album, the atmosphere. This one is just regular. And then the other one is like, I think it's like beer colored vinyl or some shit. I think that was actually what it was like technically called in like the description. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see that. So yeah, 2 different versions of this came out. Comes with a pretty cool poster type thing. Or just kind of, not a poster I guess, but some of the lyrics, band pictures and all that. I thought this came with the poster, I guess not. But yeah, it was very exciting for us to have our first vinyl release. Major props to the guy who did it to us, which I'm pretty sure was Yaniv from, let's see. Oh yeah, Diebuck Productions. Props to that guy over there for doing that for us. Means a lot to us. It was really exciting to have our first vinyl release. He's a good dude. He runs a good label, so check that out and support him if you can. And then, yeah, Folkvanger Records, I think, put out our cassette with the actual artwork. Again, limited to 50 copies, so I'm sure this sold out already. And then the CD, too. You know, Yeah, this was a super exciting release for us. We have a friend who does an excellent job at recording. Like, he's kind of a wizard around recording and just different things like that. And he really dialed in to the sound that we wanted. He really tweaked a lot of shit. This was easily our best produced album, and definitely the best stuff we've ever written, in my opinion. I'm really proud of this album. There's so many good songs on here. I love the atmosphere throughout the whole thing, because most people don't understand, and I've heard this from other people who talk about it. This album is not about climate change, okay, first and foremost. The title, Atlantean Ouroboros, has to do with the fact that Atlantis went from a golden age to shit, and then it got fucking swallowed up, kind of like that Tool song, Anemia, right? With the floods and how the Epic of Gilgamesh talks about that, and the flood of Noah. And it's just about how we're destined for that again, because this world is fucking stupid. And for anyone who doesn't kind of realize that at this point, like, you know, it's kind of the elephant in the room. And that was kind of our message we wanted to get through on here. That's why you have songs like Tidal Waves, Dwarf Skyscrapers, Mount Shasta, all about like the inner earth, and how during the flood, if you read like the ancient texts and shit, the people burrowed underground and made actual like cities. Like, it's crazy shit. Catacombs of Archaic Doctrines has awesome sound effects throughout, kind of like a dripping cellar. Reminds you of reminds me of Catacombs, honestly. Yeah, that's a great song. Great chorus on that. Macabre Incenses has some amazing riffs. Crown Serpent rises from the boiling sea. Again, so there's some synths at the end of this that are awesome. It's a really fun one to play. And then A Spirit Amongst Ruins. Super brutal song. Probably the fastest I played thus far in the band's history. And yeah, again, just, I love this album. We were very pleased with it. And so the last thing we released was a split with what the hell are they called again? Celestial Sword, which we met that guy at a Lamp of Murmur show in New York City. He's a very nice guy, and his music's great. It's great raw black metal with some dungeon synth intertwined. Really cool inlay of the tape. Some cool pictures. There's us. There's a Celestial Sword guy. Yeah, their site is awesome. I really like that band. They have a ton of releases out, and they've only been around. Very prolific bands, just say that. Cool tape, inlay, and everything. And then there's a different version that came out on Labyrinth Tower. I don't even know, what did this come out in? Oh, this came out from Dybbuk Productions. This came out in Labyrinth Tower. Tape's a different color. This one's a little bit of a different inlay. It's, just us, and yeah. And then it also got pressed on vinyl. Vinyl took forever to come in because the stupid Taylor Swift thing that was going on, she was clogging up or whatever, you know, whatever that shit that was happening where everyone was like clogging up the vinyl plant. I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, pretty cool. There's no inlay, but I don't know if it's probably just black vinyl. Oh no, actually, look at that. It's purple. Pretty cool. Fits the album cover, which is awesome. Definitely unique for us. We've never really had artwork like this before. Yeah, it's a great split. I enjoy it. We used our friend again that we used for, his name's Joel, by the way. I forgot if I mentioned his name or not. That we used for Atlantean Ouroboros to record our songs. And they came out pretty good. They're definitely different than Atlantean Ouroboros. They feel a little more like compressed, I guess. But A Haze of Clouds Blankets the Moon is a phenomenal song. The riffs in that are so good. I love how unrelenting it is. Open-mouthed and pleading for poison. That was a fun song to write. Very intense song with the blasting. And Pyre of Shadows is great. And there's an intro as well. And like I said, their side's very good. So yeah, this was another vinyl release for us. It's good stuff. We were very happy with it. And at the moment, Adam and I are involved in another project that we just recorded a demo for. The band's called Ethereal Mist, and we're trying to get that out probably by summer, I guess. I don't know. But we do have 4 or 5 songs written for another album that we're going to plan on doing at some point. And hopefully we'll be able to get a vinyl release for that and maybe play a couple shows. That would be awesome. Yeah, I love being in Mortum. Mortum's a great band. I love playing live. I just love, I have such a passion for it, you know? Like, I just love playing black metal and playing music in general. It's just, I'll always love doing that. So yeah, check out my band if you haven't already. I'll leave the link in the the description, whenever the fuck I get around to doing that, because I'm fucking horrible at that stuff. But you can find us on Bandcamp, Spotify, all the usual places. So yeah, check us out if you like black metal. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you guys later.